Hey everyone! So today I am going to do a book review on Blood Promise, and this is the fourth book in Vampire Academy, and I'm just going to sort of give you an overview, kind of, and then I will go into some spoilers. So first off, at the very beginning of this book, Rose is in St. Petersburg, and she is looking for Dimitri's hometown where he grew up, and he wants to go there because she thinks that that's where Dimitri will be. But she can't get the information, and she ends up running into an alchemist, and her name is Sydney. And basically what an alchemist is, whenever a Dhampir kills a Strigoi, they're the ones that clean up the body. They're the ones that she put some chemicals on this Strigoi that Rose had killed, and the body just dissipated into ashes. So that's something you find out at the very beginning, so it's not really a spoiler. But and so she knows where Dimitri's hometown is, and so they go together, and that's basically what the very beginning of the novel is for that. And that's the setup. Rose is looking for Dimitri. And then for Lissa, she's back. The book flip-flops from Lissa to Rose, the whole book. And so Lissa, back at home, there's a new headmaster, and he is Mr. Lazar, and he brings his two children, Reed, which is his son, and Avery, which is his daughter. And Avery has a bodyguard, and he's Simon. And so they're there, and they're Moroi. And, yeah, Avery basically kind of takes the place of Rose, but not entirely. Like, she's a fill-in, I guess. But Lissa still thinks no one can replace Rose. And so that's kind of the setup at the beginning for Lissa. And throughout the book, Lissa is very reckless. And she starts drinking again, and she just starts getting into a ton of trouble while Rose is gone. And then Adrian, he sort of visits Rose in her dreams, but Rose is sort of like pushing him away and stuff like that. Because he's trying to figure out where she is. And of course Rose does not want that, because then her epic quest of killing the one that she loves will not be accomplished, because she'll get sent back to the States. So that's sort of the setup at the very beginning of the novel. And now I'm going to get into some spoilers, because I just have to state my opinion on some of these things. Overall, I liked this book. It wasn't as good as the third. I would say this is like second place out of the 4 that I've read so far. So, yes. It wasn't as good, but it was still good. And the ending is very, very suspenseful. So, if you've been reading the rest of these series, then I would go ahead and read it, because it's good. But if you haven't, go check my other book reviews on this series, Vampire Academy, and I'll try to link them down below. But I would read this series. It's pretty good. So yes, that's my overall opinion. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, shut off the camera now, because I'm about to talk them. Like now. Okay. So, of course, you have to just expect the author to put Dimitri in here sometime. You're going to meet him sometime, because otherwise this whole book is pointless. Rose is just wandering off throughout Russia looking for her lover. Not lover. Actually, yeah, lover. And, that would just be pointless if she never found him. So, of course, she finds Dimitri, and actually Dimitri sort of finds her. And I was expecting them to meet sometime in the book, but I was not expecting for Dimitri to capture her and take her as like a prisoner. And I just was not expecting that. And also, I was not expecting Rose to kind of become a blood whore. And I did not like that part at all. I was really disappointed in Rose, and I think she was disappointed in herself, or at least the author made her sound like she was. So I was not very happy with that part. But, and then she escapes, so, she escapes, and Dimitri's running after her, and they come to, like, a standstill, and it's, like, crazy, so I'm not going to really go into much after that. That was just, like, part of the thing that I wanted to say about her being captured and she becoming a blood whore. Yeah, so basically I'm going to leave you at the point to where she's escaped, but Dimitri's chasing her. The ending is really good, and it just, like, I don't know, brings everything together at the end. So then with Lissa, as I told before, she's drinking more and stuff, and she ends up kissing her ex-boyfriend Aaron, and her and Christian break up, and I was not expecting that. I was just like, no, they can't do that. They can't break up. They're like meant to be with each other because they keep each other away from bad things. Even though Lissa was doing a ton of bad things, but Christian, like, always calms her down when she's in one of her dark stages, and she always makes Christian feel better and stuff, and I was just like, no, this can't happen, but it happened. Yeah, it happened, and they don't get back together, at least at the end of this book. Sorry, that's a spoiler, so I hope you all who are watching this wanted to hear that, but I'm very upset. And so, like, I don't even know. And, oh yeah, and also, I meant to say this, Avery is sort of making a move on Adrian, and that makes me mad because Adrian is supposed to be with Rose, like, not with Rose, but, like, he's supposed to be always flirting with Rose, and Rose is the only one, and all that kind of thing, and Avery's making her move, and Adrian is responding back, and so, that's, like, more tension throughout the book, that whole relationship, kind of. And Adrian and Rose always argue in their dreams, like in Rose's dreams and stuff. So it's very tense, that relationship is. And then at the very end of the novel, you find out, I'm not going to say what it is just because it's like it's just too big of a spoiler to say. You have to read the book. But at the end, you find out a lot about Avery, and I was not expecting anything at the end. I just was not expecting anything at all in this book, I guess. I thought I would. You find a lot about Avery at the end of the book, and everything starts making sense. Like, all the weird things that have been happening, it all comes together, and it makes sense in the end. And I think the author did a very good job of not really dropping obvious hints to different things with Rose and Lissa, but, like, she did a good job of hiding it, which makes sense now that I think about it. But she did a good job of building up to the climax at the end and stuff. And then at the very end, it just leaves you at a very suspenseful point. And once again, I already have the next book. I haven't started reading it, though. So, it's a very good book. I recommend you on reading it. Like I said, at the end, it's not one of those good feeling, good ending. It's a good ending, but, like, it leaves you at a tense point, like, oh my gosh, no, I gotta go read the next book because this is not happening. And so, that's just, like, the ending. I have been so random in this video. I'm so sorry. But, so yes, overall, read this book. It's a good one, like all of them. And it's a good series so far. So I cannot wait to read the next book, and I cannot wait to see you guys next time.